Ozzy Osbourne's death at the age of 76 was just the latest in a decades-long string of tragedies for his wife of 43 years, Sharon Osbourne. These are just some of the hardships that she's had to face throughout her lifetime. During an episode of The Talk, Sharon Osbourne thought back to the time her father, Don Arden, dropped her and her brother, David Arden, in a forest at night when they were too much of a handful during a drive. At the time, David was only 7 while his little sister was 5. Sharon remembered they couldn't see anything in the darkness and had no clue about how much time even passed before Don finally came back for them. Meanwhile, on an episode of the Osbournes podcast, Sharon detailed how her father physically abused her by throwing her down a flight of stairs and hitting her in the head. Additionally, in her 2005 autobiography, Sharon Osbourne Extreme, she claimed that Don had tried to drive a wedge between her and Ozzy Osbourne by telling him that she was cheating on him and had pursued her own father sexually. Unfortunately, Sharon's relationship with her mother, Hope Shaw, wasn't all that warm and comforting either. According to OK Magazine, the outspoken TV personality once stated plainly, "I didn't like my mother at all. I think there was an underlying love, but there was no friendship. Nothing at all. We didn't like each other." In 2006, she told The Guardian that her relationship with her mother was so distant that her only response to learning of her death was, "Oh, what a shame." While speaking on Access TV, Sharon Osbourne shared that Ozzy Osbourne's substance abuse issues greatly strained their relationship. She recalled how her husband entered a treatment facility shortly after Kelly Osbourne was born in 1984 and wound up going back to drinking alcohol within hours of his return home. Throughout their marriage, Ozzy would go through similar phases of being sober and relapsing, and eventually Sharon grew tired of it. During an episode of the Osbournes podcast, she confessed that she once defecated in Ozzy's marijuana bag after learning that he had brought it along on their family vacation. Sadly, things escalated to the level of physical abuse at times, which was exacerbated by his addiction issues. Sharon was also saddened to learn of her husband's infidelity in 2016 when he accidentally sent her an email that was intended for his mistress. Eventually, Ozzy came clean and told Sharon that he had cheated on her with 6 women, including their cook. While most of these relationships were purely physical, Ozzy appeared to have formed a deeper connection with hair colorist Michelle Pugh, with whom he had a 4-year-long affair. In a 2024 chat with The Mirror, Sharon noted that her husband's intimate connection with Pugh hurt her more than anything else, saying, "When he knows the name of the person, where they live, and where they work, it is a whole different thing as you are emotionally invested."
I was just really broken in every sense.
Sharon admitted that she attempted to take her own life following the revelation, but fortunately a maid found her before it was too late. She ultimately ended up checking into a wellness facility to make it through her husband's cheating scandal. All that heartache didn't propel her to walk away from him for good, though. Ozzy and Sharon only reportedly separated for about 2 months before he started going to therapy for sex addiction. Sharon Osbourne was diagnosed with colon cancer in 2002 after undergoing a colonoscopy for her anemia. Doctors recommended surgery as the first line of treatment, but during the procedure they found that the cancer had spread to her lymph nodes. She was told that she would need to start chemotherapy, which she didn't take well. She revealed to Coping magazine, "I responded very badly because initially everyone thought it would be the operation and not the chemo, and I didn't prepare myself for the possibility that it had spread." Meanwhile, Ozzy shared his reaction to his wife's diagnosis in a 2012 Standard interview, admitting, "When I heard the news, I simply and utterly fell apart at the seams. This is the love of my life, and the thought that I could lose her was more than I could bear." In fact, the singer had to be sedated after he learned of Sharon's health condition because he was so terrified of losing her. Thankfully, Sharon was deemed to be cancer-free after her treatment. In a 2012 chat with Hello Magazine, the reality TV star added that she also underwent a double mastectomy after learning that she had the breast cancer gene. In her Coping magazine interview, Sharon proclaimed that her cancer diagnosis transformed her for the better, since it changed her perspective on life.
I also had the gene for breast cancer, but I chose myself.
Sharon Osbourne has been open about the highs and lows of her experiences with plastic surgery. During her 2022 interview with the Sunday Times, she got real about her facelift, confessing that the painful procedure lasted nearly 6 hours and left her feeling completely dissatisfied. She made it known to her surgeon, too, reportedly exclaiming, "You've got to be joking."
And I kind of looked like Quasimodo because I had one eye here, one eye there, and my mouth was all kind of like this. It was fabulous.
Ozzy had a similar reaction and was more than happy to shell out some cash to fix his wife's botched surgery. Speaking to the Mirror in April 2023, Sharon asserted that the initial facelift made her swear off plastic surgery completely. Although she similarly labeled the procedure the worst thing she ever did in her December 2023 chat with the Sunday Times, Sharon ultimately couldn't give up cosmetic procedures altogether. The refreshingly frank TV personality felt validated whenever people complimented her appearance, and it only propelled her to get more work done. However, Sharon also understood that no amount of compliments or cosmetic procedures could make her love herself more. When she appeared on the Howie Mandel Does Stuff podcast in April 2024, the former reality star confirmed that she had used Ozempic to lose weight, but claimed that she got more than she bargained for because the drug inhibited her ability to gain weight afterward. Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne certainly had their ups and downs together, but they got married in 1982 and they stayed together until Ozzy's death in July 2025. A statement from the family on Ozzy's X account confirmed his passing, noting, "He was with his family and surrounded by love." In the years prior, Ozzy had a number of health issues that had taken their toll on not just him, but Sharon as well. In 2019, he fell and seriously hurt his spine. Then in 2020, he publicly confirmed his Parkinson's diagnosis. As Sharon told The Guardian, "It was torturous for him, Parkinson's and damage to his spine. It's just been horrendous." As a way to give him something else to focus on, Sharon suggested a charity show headlined by Black Sabbath. It was a huge event that took place on July 5th, 2025, and it was filmed for a documentary set to be released in 2026 called Back to the Beginning, Ozzy's Final Bow. Sharon had spoken about their plans for after the concert, in which they'd be out of the spotlight in England. She said to The Guardian, "We'll get some ponies and chickens and 1,000,000 dogs. I want to open a dog rescue center and a horse rescue center. Scream at the neighbors a couple of times."
I can't speak for Ozzy, but I want to go home.
Tragically, with Ozzy's passing, those dreams of Sharon's will have to be reimagined.